As a kid, I would never ever bite my nails, but as I started to slowly grow up, it became more of a habit. I would slowly chip on them when I felt stressed, and I didn't actually know that this was a sign that I should look into stress and how to reduce it, because stress was really slowly chipping away at my mental health, and it was really causing me some serious problems. Feeling stressed and anxious all the time is probably one of the worst feelings you can feel. When you're stressed and anxious, you don't want to do anything. You don't want to be productive. You just want to lay in your bed all day because you're stressed that something might happen. You feel this weight on you all the time that you can't seem to get rid of. And so today I want to help you to get rid of that weight and to help you finally live the life that you want to live. So the one thing that is causing you to be super stressed all the time is actually cortisol. And cortisol is, so for this video, think of it as the stress hormone. I want to teach you how to reduce it, because if we can reduce the stress hormone, we can reduce your stress. So the first thing is breathing. Your breathing is probably the single most important thing when it comes to reducing cortisol. And the way you're breathing probably isn't right. You're probably a shallow breather who mouth breathes, and that is not how you want to be breathing. You want to be breathing slowly and deeply through your nose, and you want your diaphragm to expand as you breathe. That is the way to breathe. And in a book that I read titled Breath by James Nestor, he explains that the perfect breath is actually 5.5 seconds long and 5.5 seconds out. So you breathe in for 5.5 seconds and you breathe out for 5.5 seconds. So that seems like actually very, very long, but it's actually how humans are meant to be breathing. And so I want you to look into some breath work and deep breathing things today. And I want you to try to make, like, when you wake up, or when you, for example, when you meditate, if you don't meditate, I want you to try to do, like, to really feel your breath and to really try to slow it down as much as possible. And you really feel yourself getting relaxed. And there is actually, like, a breath that not created for battling stress, but that can actually really help you reduce your stress in literally like right now. So it's actually to breathe in fully and then squeeze in another inhale and then exhale. So it goes like this. See? Inhale and then another small inhale and then an exhale. And a tip I want to give you when you're breathing is that in order for you to relax while you're breathing, you don't have to have a super long inhale or a super long exhale. It's simply that your inhale has to be longer than your exhale. Or, your exhale has to be longer than your inhale. So no matter how long you inhale, you have to exhale longer than that in order for you to lower your heart rate. Because if you exhale longer than you inhale, you start to speed up your heart rate. And linked to breathing is sleeping. And I want you to sleep with a mouth tape on your mouth. And that is the single greatest way to ensure that you will nasal breathe and therefore reduce cortisol. And a few more tips as to how you can sleep better is to sleep in a cool environment. Maybe put a candle or some essential oils that help you relax. Stretch and meditate before you fall asleep. And make sure to do that breathing thing that I told you. So, exhale longer than you inhale. The third thing, connected to meditation kind of, because I hinted at it, is meditation. Like, meditation is literally the single greatest self-improvement habit out there. It increases concentration, improves your mental health, decreases stress. Like, all of these things, like anything that you can think of, will be improved when you start to meditate. And meditation, like, I think it reduces stress, and I don't know if it reduces cortisol, but it reduces stress because I think that it stops the flow of anxious thoughts that you have throughout the day. And when you meditate, you literally gain control over your thoughts. That's an incredible thing that you probably don't have. You literally don't have control over your own mind, which I believe to be sad, but when you start to meditate, you literally gain control over your mind, because it's literally the practice of thoughts come in and then you push them out. Thoughts come in and then you push them out. And you do that over and over and over again until throughout the day you actually find yourself being mindful, not being stressed, and being in the present moment. And that's really, really something special these days. The fourth thing you can do to reduce stress is actually social connections. we as humans are tribal creatures. We are meant to live in tribes. We are meant to have very, very strong social bonds that we simply don't have these days. We think that social media makes up for the lack of connection that we have with each other, but it simply does not. Like, when was the last time you really hugged your parents? When was the last time you played a board game with your parents? Or when you actually, went out with your friends and you really, really had a good time? I'm not talking when you, if you did drugs or if you played video games with your friends, because those simply are bad habit friends. You're simply friends when you're friends with that substance. And so, a simple thing to, increase the amount of social connection you have is, say hello to strangers. You don't say hello to strangers, and that's making you anxious, because back in the day when we were bashing other people's heads in with rocks, you had to find out whether people were friends or foe. When you saw a dude and he went into your cave, you're like, wait, is this guy friend or foe? Can I trust him or can I not trust him? Am I gonna have to kill him with my spear, or can I hug him, But because we don't do that these days, because we don't analyze whether people are friends or foes, it leaves them in this gray endogenous zone, which leaves us always on this not flight or fight, but it always leaves us worried about whether they're going to approach us, whether they're going to do something. So how about you find out whether they're friend or foe by simply waving to them, saying hi, saying oh, hi. When was the last time you did that with a stranger? Probably never. And so simply do that. When I jump rope in the morning, there's a dude that he lives next to me, and he goes out and he runs, and every single morning I wave to him, and that probably makes my day 5% better. But a 5% increase in how I feel probably makes my my whole life 20,000% better. And so if you can just accumulate those small social connections throughout the day, I guarantee you will feel so much better. And another thing to improve social connection is to improve social skills. This makes sense, right? Improve social skills, improve social connections. And the single greatest way to improve your social skills is to read How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. So you can find it on Amazon, you can find it on Kindle, you can find it anywhere. Just, if you can do anything to improve your social skills, it is to read that book. Alright, I hope this helped you, and I cannot wait to see the progress that you make. Cheers, bro.